Parshas Vigash, Vigash Erev Yehuda, Vayemer Bi Adoni. So, Erev Shabbos, Parshas Vigash. There's Yidis Hashlila and Yidis Achiev. Yidis Hashlila and Yidis Achiev, which means that there's something that is, it's knowing the thing because that thing is the centerpiece. And then Yidis Hashlila means that from reverse engineering what it's not, from thinking everything that it is, everything that one can process, and to understanding that the thing that we're processing is b'chlal nothing with the way you're thinking or imagining things, in color, sound, or in any other type of way that one processes, and feelings through food or whatever it is, hardships, better times. All that is just b'derech hashlila to get to Yidiyas Achiv, which is something that is. So the thing that is, the reason of everything, is we have no clue how to process it. But the only way there is hasgalos of him, the only way that we know of him, the only way he's b'chlal known, is through the creation of something that he's not. That's the only way, because if it's something that can grasp what it is, then once again we would be back to just being and not knowing, not being conscious of that we even exist. So that is das. That is das. Yosef HaTzadik is das, is Yesod, so is the center line, and the Keser and the crown. And Yosef's way was by going into Mitzrayim and to get to know the idea of what is, how to bring the glory and the awareness and the awakening, the consciousness of Hashem, of our Creator, is by going in and dealing with in Mitzrayim, Erves Haaretz, going all the way down to the bottom. And the breather there, where there was Isbodedus, that the way we're going to get to know Yidiyas Achiv, the thing that is, that we can process, is through Isbodedus and to be secluded. That's what the Vayroid sign. So that's how it's brought down in Sfurim. So there's many ways of how to process Yosef and Yehuda and Yosef. What was playing over there, and like what were they arguing for, and who represents what. One is Dveikus, one is Shtoikikus, one is, there's different channels that were opened from these two kings. So this was a war of two kings, Tvai Malachim, two powerhouses. Yehuda, which is Malchus Bez David and David HaMelech and Mashiach, the whole thing. That energy, that koyach, that power is standing in front of Yosef HaTzadik, which is also, he's a melech, he's the melech of Mitzrayim. He rules Gulas, and that's how he holds the Yesod Olam, that's how it's, that's the Avodah. So Yehuda comes in stands in front of Yosef, and they don't recognize him. The breeder don't recognize him. They didn't recognize him. That's a bit, that's odd, because they're in Egypt, and then this guy is picking on them, and they didn't. They're standing in front of him. We're talking about the Shiftei Kah. They were super present. There was no. You couldn't just tell them something and mean something else. It's about they're fully present. They have all the senses, and they would have smelled them in a second. This is something is off over here. This guy is talking, and then he knows where we are from, and with his becher beseder. But after all, he looked different. He didn't look Egyptian, I guess. So maybe, who knows what he did when he was there. He was good with, he was good to change his appearance. As it says that he was, he was playful. So how come nothing? So what governs the thought? What governs the thought? What holds what holds it? What holds it before the message is sent from the phone? Or is it held? Or makom shemachshavta shalom shamanimtza? You are your thoughts. Whatever you're thinking, that's what you are. So how could the brothers not recognize Yosef? They must have felt that he was Yaakov Avinu's son, and he was their brother, and and then Yosef he couldn't hold himself back after Yehuda was, doing this whole going back and forth, and he broke down and cried, asked Chassidus, what do you mean? Not as he says that, and we know, what do you mean that he couldn't hold back? So technically speaking, Yehuda only repeated to him what he already knew. I'm breeder in Ishdu, and that is that. So what's the biggest palace? What happened that he broke down, he couldn't hold himself back? So, and also, as we know that tears show that there's an overflow of emotions. There's a lot of emotions. So what got him so emotional that overflowed his emotions? So what Yosef he couldn't hold himself back is that he was protected, he was shielded, he put up a whole different appearance, he showed up as a complete different, he was the Poiseh Cholim, and he knew how to change appearances. And they put him into the pit, to the Grib, and they put him into a different space, a different consciousness, and they said, that's it, you're out of here, you're done, you're lost forever, you can never find your way back. Emotionally, physically, mentally, they sold him, whatever was going down. And somehow he ends up out of a pit, back. He was put into a pit, and he came out from a pit, from the other side. Straight to Pare. From there, straight to Pare. So, technically speaking, his prison was Lo Tavusare, because he was able to do his avodah. He wasn't distracted. Imagine he had to do 12 years in Mitzrayim. It's a big one. So, yeah. So he ends up on the other side of the pit. So he's the Poiseh Cholim. He knows how to change appearances. He knows how to also be Poiseh Chulim. We said, but the Chulim got noch Poiseh. Whatever the interpretation is, that's where the dream goes. That's why you have to go to a Talmud Chacham to be Poiseh Cholim. So going into that is Poiseh. So he was able to Poiseh the Chulim. I guess he was able to Poiseh because that was the Ruach HaLekim. That's what the Eibishter wanted. Into standing there and being the king, and he was hiding that from them. He was hiding it from them. We can also say that they put a cherem and a shua on everybody, the 10 brothers, since there were only 9, because Binyam wasn't there and Yosef was sold. They included the Shechina into that. So that's why it was even Yaakov Avinu couldn't pick up the vibration where Yosef is. Everything was closed off. It says that Yaakov walked around. He has the sun. He has the trees. He has every animal. He went, so to speak, crazy. He went all over the place. It's like he understood that without Yosef we can't make it. If we need to go through this path and this goals, we need Yosef. And if he's not here, it's done. Yehuda secluded, and whatever is left is left. So. We'll get to Yehuda, because he wasn't secluded. At the end, it's Yehuda Shulach, the Goshen, I think Shik Furas aufzustellen Tamateur is because Yehuda knows how to come into Bavel and Machsede. David HaMelech with the Koyres. So now that they couldn't vibrationally, everything was shut off, and they were projecting that themselves because that was their reality. They put there's a Mgenim and Ashri of them. That's where they went into, committed that they're going to get rid of him, and nobody knows about it. And whatever else was happening on every level, this crazy story, not a story. It's a history. It's not history. It's who we are. So I'll start from where I think I was. So then he couldn't. Yes, vibrationally they projected that, and that's why that was their Avanesechem Avdilim. That was their whatever they were projecting onto Yosef was coming back at them. So there was no way, they were just locked into that, and until the place of what happened was that they were really present to and the raw energies. No, there wasn't real anger there. There's a whole the Hasidic Shurim talk about it, that he said in the shame is bi'adoni. He was talking about, he says the shame of that he shouldn't get to Kas, because as he's channeling this powerful flow of the future of Yisrael, Malchus Yehuda, Yisrael, he was. He didn't want to get into any type of anger, because anger shuts down the flow. It's a different flow. It's already staticky. It's from the other side. He saw Yehuda went to the ultimate, to the core, and Yosef went to the core. At the end of the day, it is Avdi David. It's David HaMelech, it's Shevet Yehuda. That's because he has a certain bittul. Hoida, Yehuda is Hoida. There is an innate Hoida. There's an innate that is overpowers everything, because it's so simple. It's so simple because it's surrendering to it. You have to get the very simple. But if you just surrender and you go into simplicity, okay, you're maybe not a strong vibration. You're just surrendering. But if it's coming from Yehuda, which is from the other side, he's Yudke Vavke, he's power. He was the lion, he was the giver, he was the melech from all of them. His energy was the malchus. He also has the toikev, he has the gevura. He has the gevura, he has the power, and at the same time, from that place of malchus and koyach, going into complete hoidah, to just being grateful and being grateful and being grateful. Right from the center is a streak, just being grateful for the little things and for the bigger things. And we have that. It's not just a story and a suggestion, like this is a suggestion of inner work, child work. No, this is inner child work. This is who we are. We are Yehuda. You have the Hoidah, the gratitude. There's the Gevura. There's David HaMelech, which have the koyach to overcome any type of pull down or resistance. To stand up to what's right. What's right is to Torah mitzvahs and to feel good about yourself. That's what's right. And then you have Levi, which is Emes V'Yatzev. We have this. I'm going from bottom up. Levi has this. We have this in our DNA. It's in the heart, and the nefesh elokis. There's that the truth. It's on the right side. The nefesh elokis, the godly soul, is the truth. Emes, whatever it is, your truth, and your truth happens to be a very powerful truth, because it's the truth of Yaakov Avinu. Is the truth of Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov, is the truth of the ultimate truth. Am Yisrael. Then you have Shimon, which is listening. Shimon, which is listening. Shemiah. When you hear something, you hear, but it's still in Olam HaMachshava, so to speak. But when you see something, when you see something, Reuben, see, Reuben. When you see something, that's when it's there. You saw it. It becomes a part. It's the essence. And we have this Reuven. We have this blick of Shema Yisrael Shem Elokeinu Shem Echad, which is in the Yav Yahafta, which is Reuven. V'hoya is Shimon. We have this within us to the ability to see the truth. To see the truth, because separation and conflict is klippa. There is, yeah, right? So separation and conflict, that is from the other. So means that it's covered. It's already not coming in pure. But with the Re'iyah, because you're able to see the Eibishter, the godliness, the something higher, the higher meaning, go to the truth. What's the purpose of it? What's the meaning? Going to that space. That is the ability of Re'iyah that we have from Reuven, and that is the Yigash El of Yehuda, stepping into the Yigash El of Yehuda to Yosef, stepping into that, stepping into Welt, and this is how Yosef, there was a yichud there where Yosef couldn't hold back, and then Yehuda, almost like the energies collided, because he pushed Yehuda to a point of where he just, whatever that looked like, Kalas HaNefesh, and he pushed Yosef to the same place, and then boom, it was just a complete surrender. Where the two avodas was, we have both Mashiach by Yosef and Mashiach by David, and this week everywhere it's busy with Mashiach by Yosef, Mashiach by David, Mashiach by David, Mashiach by Yosef, Parshas Vigash. So Yehuda and Yosef. Have a good Shabbos.